Alright, what's going on, everybody? We have tonight's stream, and I'm actually playing some retro games. So I'm kind of excited about that. We're going to be doing some Sega stuff. And when I say Sega stuff, I mean Boogerman. So Boogerman was actually one of my favorite games growing up as a kid. And yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about it. If you haven't played it before, I don't know, it's kind of a crude superhero. It's made by Interplay. You play Boogerman, and you use burps, farts, and boogers to destroy your enemies. It's just an action platformer. It's kind of an interesting game, but either way, I liked it as a kid, and since I recently picked it up on Genesis, I figured that I'd revisit it and give it a play. So, that being said, I guess I'll get started on playing. And that way, you can see some gameplay of Boogerman if you haven't seen it before. Okay. Maybe turn down the game music. Always let me know if you want it turned up or anything. Try and get that working for you. Maybe. I think it should be good. Yeah, Boogers, man, what's going on? How you doing? Glad to see that you're tuning in to the chat. It's definitely an interesting game, and this. I learned about this game initially from my older cousin. So I was like in first grade when I learned about this game. And yeah, I mean, what's not to like about toilet humor? So, and honestly, I haven't played this game since. Yeah, I haven't played it since first grade, essentially. So even though I've had it in my collection for a while, I mean, not this version, this is the Genesis version, but even though I haven't had this, or I've had this game for a while in my collection, I haven't played it since I rented it. I didn't own it, I rented it. And funny story about the rental of this game too. This is one of the games I rented a lot, and I don't know if I ever got past the second level, but one of the times that I rented it, I actually ended up going on a camping trip with my family for like a week or something, and we forgot to return it, or I forgot to return it, and I had to pay a late fee on it. I don't remember the controls too well either. I just know that there's a burp button, there's a fart button. No wait, there's a burp button, there's a booger button, and a jump button. I mean, there's only 3 of them on the Genesis controller anyway. So, let's go up this nose part. We're on the second part of the level. I'm just kind of playing this for fun. I'm not trying to do any sort of crazy, a speed run of some sort, or try to beat it in this one session. I'm just kind of playing it because I can't remember the last time I actually sat down and played Genesis. So since I found this game yesterday, might as well, right? Okay. Oop. That was not the right way. Flatulent swamps. So there's a checkpoint there. Oh, okay, so it came out of the ground. That's what it was. And honestly, I don't know what these plungers actually do. They give me a score. One of the things I like a lot about this game too is the soundtrack. can't say I'm too excited over like the sound effects. Yeah, so this is Boogerman. I don't know the story about it. Actually, I have the... It's great because this isn't a timed game, so there's no time limit. Boogerman. So this is the case here. You can see that. It's called a pick and flick adventure, which is pretty cool. 2 thumbs up to the knuckle. It says, he thinks he's a hero, but he's not. He's mean, he's green, and he knows, I love this already, how to pick a fight. He's Boogerman, as slick as he is deep, and he's on a pick and flick adventure to save the world. He's stretched to the limit of blowing away the vile slime bags who are bent on sticking it to the planet Earth. Anyway, every way, and everywhere he can. You're his first pick to help him rescue the whole world before it's flushed down the toilet. Join the flick, or be flicked, race to pull the plug on the Boogermeister and his gang of filthy stinkers who aren't afraid to fight dirty, because yours is the only finger which can wipe them out. Dig it. And this is a single-player game made by Interplay, like I mentioned before, and it's actually rated MA13, so I don't know what that means. It's rated by the VRC, so it's for mature audiences. So I guess 13 is mature enough to play this game. But anyway, that's Boogerman. As it says on the cover of the Genesis case. I've never read that before, actually. I only had the cart before, up until yesterday. Hey, Science Square X, thanks for joining, man. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a vulgar thing. I wouldn't say this is the most appropriate game. It is rated for, you know, more mature audiences, and by that I mean, you know, 13. Ooh, that was close. But yeah, I mean, it's a fun platformer. It's pretty solid. You pick boogers, you fart, burp, that sort of thing. Tony, man, what's going on? Glad you can join us. Playing some video games. Playing some Boogerman. Probably not the best game to be playing if you got kids watching, but might just be enabling them to, you know, dig toilet humor some more. That's kind of a bonus level. We'll keep on going from the level. I gotta beat the first level at least. This game seems interesting. Yes, it's very interesting. It's about a quote-unquote superhero that uses boogers and burps and farts to, I don't know, catch the Boogermeister. Yeah. I mean, especially for guys, you know, toilet humor has always been kind of funny. You kind of never really grow out of it. Unless you got like a stick up your butt or something. Yeah, Interplay was awesome programmer. I can't say that I'm the biggest fan of Clay Fighters though, even though that's one of their best known games. I would say that Boogerman for me is probably my favorite Interplay game. Alright, we're still on the first level, actually. And this is the Genesis version. There was a Super Nintendo port. Some people like to say that... yeah, some people like to say that the Genesis version is superior in terms of the sound card. I don't know how to get up there. No, we'll skip it. But, I don't know, it seems alright. And I died. Ooh. They did a lot of PC games too. That must have been, like, in the 90s, huh? Or like, late 90s, early 2000s. I never really played a lot of PC games growing up. Maybe like Mario Teaches Typing, that sort of thing. Or... what else? Keeps killing me on one hit, man. Game over. There's got to be a way to beat it. If you guys know how to beat it, please let me know. I was paused. I played Math Blaster a lot, so that's my password. Hopefully I don't have to start all the way at the beginning. Maybe we'll just kind of speedrun this. I don't know what those things do. And like I mentioned, I haven't played this game since like I was 7. So there has to be something that I'm missing about it in terms of like the game mechanics and gameplay. No weapons or items. I mean, my weapons are like this booger here. I can flick it on people. I also have this burp, but there is a gauge on the top left and right. I can use those up, and then I collect more things to restock them, I guess. I mean, I guess I'll start using it more so you can see. I like conserving my boogers and farts. Usable items. I honestly don't know. That's a good question. There might be, but I've honestly never. I think there's actually one point in the game where you can get a plunger, and then you become like a super like invincible Boogerman, which is more outrageous than before. But like I mentioned before, I've played this game. I used to play it enough, but I never made it too far in this game because I rented this game a lot, but I never got past the initial levels. Like this level, it's not familiar to me at all. It's been a long time since I played this game, so. Wouldn't it be a treat if Interplay came out of nowhere and just said, "Hey, let's make a new Boogerman game"? That would have been exciting at E3, huh? Am I supposed to go up? Maybe I use him? No. It's gonna be like some way to super jump or something. Leap of faith. Oh wow. Where's my health bar? Gotta have a health bar somewhere. Bonus. Level 3, which is not bad. As you can see, the levels are fairly short. But the game actually looks great. You know, you can see that the background actually, it's kind of got like a mode 7 thing going on where the far background is different from the foreground, and it's moving independently, as you can see, you know, between this smiley tree and the trees in the back. So that's pretty cool. Ooh. We got ghosts now. There's gonna be something to do with this thing here. Oh, I can dig. Guess not. Cool. Rad. It was definitely made in the 90s. Some of the jumps are kind of wonky, man. I can't make them. All the levels are kind of the same too. I'm really wondering if I'm going the right way. Let's go down here. Come on. Oh, that's an up toilet. Never mind. Usually things go down toilets, right? Can't go that way, which means I have to go up. Oh. Excuse me. Sorry, my throat's been dry like all week. I've been dealing with it. It doesn't help that I like talking a lot. So who's got plans for the weekend? Bat kill. Yeah, darn Batman. Can I? Oh, there you go. Takes 3 boogers to kill that guy. One of the best things I like about this game, though, is the colors. The color palette is really nice. I like greens and purples a lot. Oh, shoot. Cool. Oh, I'm picking up soda so I can burp. I understand now. Makes so much sense. Ooh, that was close. I like how the enemies pass gas when they die. Okay, so I had the bat here last time. Oh. Oh well. Wait, I can go up here? What's up? Ooh, that was close. I almost died again. Maybe I should just complete the level. I should have completed the level. I ended up dying because of it. This is my last one. I'm gonna game over. It probably doesn't help that I'm using an off-brand controller. That is true. When you do die, you do release everything. I don't know about that fast though. If anybody like knows firsthand, well, hopefully you don't. Like, that's probably a weird thing to know. But if you do know, please let us know. Yeah, but back to what I was saying, it probably doesn't help that I'm using like a third-party controller, a non-Sega brand controller. I'm using this guy here. It's got no Sega on it. I only picked it up because it said Blockbuster on the back. And it's kind of perfect because when I originally rented this game for Super Nintendo, not Genesis, I mean, there's a small connection, but when I originally rented it, it was from a local Blockbuster when Blockbuster was still around. Let's get up there. Bat. I think if I get enough capes, I might be able to... Yeah, if I get enough capes, I might be able to... Ooh, that's not good. Become Super Boogerman. I don't know what it's called. South Park confirmed it. Yeah, I mean, South Park... Ooh. Genius show. Love Matt Stone and Trey Parker. Genius minds. Guess I'll just finish the level. It's funny because I actually watched a video of South Park last night, or of what's his name? I think Matt Stone working on an episode and going through the writing process. It was super interesting. Of course, the material is kind of offensive, so I don't want to talk about it. It has to do with race, specifically Asian race, which is kind of okay because I'm Asian. But oh, they aren't boogers anymore. They're loogies. So they shoot straight. Yeah, I would consider it an upgrade, you know, from going from flicking boogers to hawking loogies. Alright. I wonder what I'm gonna get out of this swamp though. Like, how many levels is it gonna take? Ooh, what was that? Oh, just a trampoline. This game, you kind of got to take a lot of leaps of faith, and I don't really like that. I like being a little bit more predictable, or being able to predict where I'm going. I need some health. I wonder if there's a way to get health. Because this is my last life. Oh, there's a checkpoint. It won't matter if I die. Some plungers. And the loogie goes through enemies. I don't know what those guys are. What are those guys? Cool. Is this the right way? Can't be the right way. I mean, there's the arrow signs. Oh, so the color of my cape determines how many hits I get, I think. Yeah, I should say double kill, right? This actually reminds me about a story of when I used to ride the bus to school. Like, just getting... I've been spit on, but not on accident, actually. I was riding the bus home, and I was sitting in the back with some buddies of mine, and my friend was sitting in the row ahead of me, and he decided that he needed to spit a loogie, and so he did so outside his window, right in front of me. My window happened to be open, and so I saw that Lugia, or not Lugia, kind of crossed Lugia and Yu-Gi-Oh, which is funny, but Yeah, I watched that loogie come out of his mouth, went outside the bus window, and I saw it circle back into my window and then land straight in my face. It was so disgusting. And it was like a thick one too. It was pretty bad. But it was so thick that I was able to essentially wipe it off cleanly off my face. So it didn't leave any like residue or like wetness. It just like came off like slime. It was gross. Just gonna stay in the treetops. Ooh. So that's one of my embarrassing stories of middle school. Yeah, I actually ended up like grabbing my buddy's sweater from the other side of the row, and I pulled him over, and I used his sweater to wipe off, you know, the spit. Back to flicking, yeah. No, I think I got an upgrade to get some loogies in. Is there gonna be a boss sometime soon? Hick boy. Looks like a boss. He's a hick. Ooh. Oh, what in the world? See, I've actually never played this. Hick boy. I've never played Hick boy. I've never made it to the boss before. So let's make sure we remember this. Ghost. Goblin, ghost. I have no idea what that is. What is that? It's like reminds me of like the buttered popcorn jelly bean. Okay. Well, at least I get to start here. Ow. I can only get hit twice? What is this? This might be the demise of me. He's gonna throw his chicken. Oh. This is challenging. Okay. Just gonna throw the chicken. Oh. I think I can beat him. I think I got this. He throws the chicken. I hit him. He throws some eggs at me with the chicken. I don't know how he does it. Then he charges. And eggs. Oh, messed that up. Then he charges. And eggs. Charges. Yeah, I got this. Ooh. Getting close. Oh. Oh my goodness. I wish there was a health bar of some sort. I can only get hit twice. And that's one right there. I think it's better to stay up here, huh? Man, I was trying a different strategy with that. Okay, he's gonna throw the chicken, maybe. I'll throw it from here. I thought I got the branch. Is this chicken named Buck? I got greedy on that one. This isn't hard. I'm just messing up. Okay, I'll get this. I don't want to do the burps because the burps take too long. There's a slight lag when I actually see, like, he shouldn't be allowed to throw his chicken immediately. He's throwing the chicken faster. What's up with these patterns? Okay. Oh, I should have... I'm sorry I'm letting you down. He should be fighting himself. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of impressive how well he's able to throw that chicken. Like, do you know anybody who can throw a chicken like a boomerang? Yeah, that's the real trick right there. That's the real boss fight. You have to take down the chicken. Ooh. This is... like, I don't know if there's a better way to do it. Oh no, I'm gonna die. No! I couldn't get up there. Yeah, if I had some loogies, I'd definitely be able to take out Hick Boy. Ooh. If I do it right, I think I can hit him 3 times per turn. So there we go. Oh, he threw it immediately? Okay. Boogerman, yes, man. Welcome. Retro Edition. Playing some Boogerman on Genesis. And to anybody who's just joining us, that's what we're doing. We're playing this game full of toilet humor. Ooh, no. And this is the first boss of the swamps. I've never beaten him before, and I'm hoping to do so on this playthrough here. Scan through the chicken. Retro Edition, have you played this game before? If you have and you've beaten Hickman, please let me know. I'm looking for tips and tricks. Like, I got the pattern down, but for some reason I just can't execute it well. Maybe I'll just play more safe, huh? Just get him twice per. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm trying to impress myself. I'm just trying to beat Hick Boy. I'm running out of boogers though. Get him, Buck. Get him. I think this is gonna be it. I think I'm gonna get him. Am I supposed to jump on him when I hit him? And that's what I was saying, Retro Edition. I haven't... Oh, I finally got him. It only took like, what, 25 boogers? Something like that. But yeah, Retro Edition, that's what I was mentioning earlier. I haven't touched this game since I was like 7 years old. And with this game, this was a game that I played only because my oldest, or not my oldest, but one of my older cousins used to come and babysit me. We went to Blockbuster and we rented this game because he thought it'd be funny. So I ended up falling in love with this game when I was 7, you know, mostly because of the subject matter. Like, what 7-year-old boy wouldn't want to play a game about a superhero flicking his boogers and stuff? But yeah, this is the first time I'm revisiting this game since then. And this is my very first time that I'm on this section, because I'm a little bit more experienced now of a video game player. What is that down there? I'm scared of what is that? Like elephant trunks? I don't want to jump on it. Oh, it's nothing. Yeah, it's probably, your parents were probably right about letting their child play this game. Yeah, the only reason my cousin got away with it, letting me play this game, is because he would babysit me while my parents were at work, like during the summer. And so he ended up, you know, introducing me to a lot of things that maybe, you know, a young boy shouldn't have been introduced to. Like, it's kind of a guilty pleasure to me. Like, this game is definitely a guilty pleasure. Like, I don't want to tell people that I like this game. But I do. The Pits, level 1. I mean, it plays fine. I've definitely played worse platformers, but it's actually a pretty good platformer. Yeah, I mean, don't even get me started on like the original God of War games for PlayStation 2. Like, there's like sex mini games. Or Grand Theft Auto. I mean, Grand Theft Auto is... I do enjoy... What hit me? something. There's a reason we are retro gamers. Yes. I mean, there's some retro games that are not the best for you, or their subject matter is not the greatest. Like for some of you that don't know, there was a series of unlicensed NES titles that were intended for adults. I think one of them was called like Bubble Bath Babes. I've never played one. They're actually quite expensive. And they're quite hard to find as well. But, you know, they do exist. So if we're talking raunchy retro, that should actually be a thing. If there's enough like bad games or naughty games, I don't know what to call it. But if there's enough of them, someone should start a series called Raunchy Retro. I think that would be a good idea. Or somehow I come down with or find myself a copy. Peekaboo Poker. Yeah, so that's one of them too, I guess. I don't really pay attention to like a lot of unlicensed stuff. Always been kind of a purist. Hot Slots is another. Yeah, Hot Slots. Like how does not sound like a dirty thing? I'm going through this level kind of carefully because I want to beat it. You know, I don't want to keep doing game overs. I do want to say that this game, for I don't know, I wouldn't say like, oops, make it up there. For Interplay not being like a super, I wouldn't say they're like super well-known, super popular publisher. Oh. They did make some good games, and this game actually looks pretty darn good for what it is. Like the animation style is great. You know, the cape flows really smoothly. The sprite of Boogerman is genius. What was that? Oh, chili pepper. So that must mean that when I burp, fire comes out. That's what I'm assuming. Yeah. So I got a little bit of fire now. Fire in my burps. Was that a goblin riding a snail? What is that? Or is that riding another goblin? Is he doing something? Maybe he's doing something dirty. Go back to the toilet and look up. Going back to the toilet. Did I miss something? Oh, there's an extra life. Good call, man. Unfortunately, I don't know how to get up there. Unless I have a double jump, but I don't. Super jump? I know I have a fart button. That's my charged Hadouken. No. There's got to be a way to fart. Like, that's got to like boost me up somewhere. Like, that's how I have to get up to the high places. Oh. But that didn't take me upwards. Oh, wait, what was that? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I had no idea you could do that. If you jump and you push the burp button, you essentially rocket yourself up using gas. Like, how do you not enjoy this game? Like, I'm learning so many new things about it. Like, I didn't know you could charge your burp, which I'm doing now. I knew you could fart, but I didn't know how to do it. I guess you just bend down and you charge your burp. But apparently you can fly a bit. He's definitely qualifies him as a superhero. I mean, if he can fly like that. Actually, kind of reminds me of who's that superhero in Mystery Men? He had the power to basically drop a whole room with his gas. It's not like the Strange or something. The Steed. Do you guys know? Who's the guy that farted in Mystery Men? Mystery Men. Yeah, Mystery Men was it was a movie that came out. Oh yeah. Carol's got my backup. His name was The Spleen. So, is there something up here? I love that. But yeah, it was a movie that was made in like late 90s, early 2000s, I think. 1999. And it starred Ben Stiller and a few other pretty good actors. And they were like quote unquote normal superheroes. Like they're superheroes that kind of had lame powers. And they end up forming their own superhero team because the main popular superhero gets captured. You know, like the Superman-esque guy. And it's just about the no-names superheroes that you never hear about, and they form their own team and they end up saving the day, that sort of thing. But there was this character, his name was The Spleen, and he was designed to be disgusting. He had like boils all over his face, he looked like super greasy, he smelt really bad, but his power was being able to fart on command and essentially having it clear a room. Like people would pass out from it. I didn't know that this stream would be all about like toilet talk. I'm sorry to anybody who expected more than that. But like I said, I'm starting small. You know, this is... Oh, ow. I can't touch that guy. You gotta start with the basics, and the basics are always, especially humor, the basics of humor, toilet humor. Ultimate foundation. I don't know what I'm stepping on with those, like, what could it be? Oh, he blows up. What could that be, though? Let's go down here. I feel like I'm getting better at this game. Like, definitely compared to the start. Let me hang on that. There. Give me that cape. Ooh. Could have fallen to my death. Alright, it was good hanging out with you, Retro Edition. Thanks for tuning in for a bit. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, you jinxed it. You leaving made me die. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna blame that on you. Yeah, and what Retro Edition's talking about when he says he's gonna see me tomorrow. Tomorrow is actually the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo. A small little expo where, you know, vendors from around the Puget Sound area, and as well as video game stores like Super Smash Games, Another Castle, can't think of any, Pink Gorilla, I think they might be there. But they, it's just an expo. People go and set up tables, they trade, they sell their retro games, and there's even panels. I think John Riggs is going to be there from Rigged Games. He's going to be doing a very cool panel that he typically does during Seattle Retro Gaming, and that is a live modding of an NES game. So if you don't know John Riggs, or Rigged from Rigged Games, his YouTube channel consists of him making a lot of homebrew games, essentially, or fixing games using his soldering skills and his EEPROM reader and that sort of thing. He's good at what he does, and so tomorrow he's going to have a panel where he's plugged into a computer. He has the chip plugged into the EEPROM reader on his computer, and he's going to take suggestions from the crowd and essentially recolor or retranslate a game, or quote unquote republish it. Oh, I can't fly with the normal. How am I supposed to get up there? Yeah, he's gonna do it on the fly, and give it away. So once he reprograms that game, during that whole panel, he's gonna end up giving it away to some lucky fan, or put it up for raffle or something. One of those two. No, I tried doing the fart rocket DC, and I can only do it with the chili pepper. So right now I'm pushing jump and the burp, but it's not working. So there's got to be a different way to do it. Maybe if I... No, as soon as I stand up... I have no idea. Game over. We're back to square one. The pits. Do you remember? Is this the second world? Oh yeah, because I haven't beaten the second boss yet. So this has got to be the second world. Hopefully by the end of the stream I'll be able to get to world 3. Maybe this is going to be the first game I end up completing on stream. That's going to be something, huh? And that's kind of what I'd like to accomplish on this stream, or at least my YouTube channel too. If you're not really familiar with who I am, I'm just starting off with this you know, recording video and gameplay sort of thing, and one of my main inspirations in starting my journey with this is I wanted to play my games. So setting up a stream or recording videos and gameplay for YouTube kind of gets you motivated. You know, if I have some sort of log or proof that I play these games, or reason to play these games, like for example recording, then I'm gonna do it. Oh no. So that's kind of my reasoning behind starting this Twitch, and starting my YouTube channel. I just want to. I can't get up there though, unless I get a chili pepper. Nope. Yeah, I'll be fine. Oh, there we go. Now I can go back and do the little fart rocket. It's genius. Interplay, you have my thumbs up. And I think this was the only game that featured Boogerman, his own standalone title. He did get a showcase in Clay Fighters. So if you want to play another quote-unquote Boogerman game, check out Clay Fighters. So I think they have one on 2 versions on Super Nintendo. And then they also have I died before I beat the level. They also have Clay Fighter 63 1/3 for the Nintendo 64. And so you can play as other Interplay characters, but I would only want to play as Boogerman. Oh yeah, I forgot that Earthworm Jim is an Interplay character, more or less, because they produce this game. So you can play as Earthworm Jim in those games, those Clay Fighter games. Off-screen death. Yeah, it's too bad, but that's okay. I hate that trampoline. Sorry, I flew through this level before, but now I'm struggling for some reason. Red. Let's get that chili and get the extra life. Alright. Favorite part of the game. It's so funny. The only thing I wish would happen with this game is kind of give me like a hit register. Especially the characters that require multiple hits. Like flash them for a bit or something. Because I'm not quite sure if I do hit them otherwise. The pits, level 2. And typically I actually don't play platformers like this. Like for example, when I say like this, I'm referring to the layout of the level. this is pretty explorative. So you, for example, you get to choose your own path. Whereas I'm more used to and accustomed to games like Super Mario World, where it's super linear. And yeah, there's secrets, but you don't get to choose like a whole bunch of ways that you can go. What? I'll be fine. I really wonder how many parents they do react when they get hit. Yeah, so some of them do, like that last guy there. He reacted, but like when it comes to those goblins riding each other, they don't. But back to what I was saying, like I really wonder like what parents allowed their kids to play this unknowingly, or unknowing to the fact that this game is pretty darn vulgar. Like this here. There's no hit register, but I can't tell if I'm hitting them. Like, I could only imagine being a parent during this time. I mean, I can't imagine being a parent at all yet. But I have no idea what I'd think if my kid was playing this game. Do you think this is gonna be the one to take me to the boss? I hope so. Oh yeah, you wouldn't mind. I mean, there's comic... I would say that this is more along the lines of comic mischief. Ooh. There's a checkpoint. Now, if I only had a way to get up there, I just need some chili sauce. Is this it here? Yes. Oh my gosh. No matter how many times I do it, it never gets old. What are those guys? Like, they kind of remind me of like pieces of pizza, but I know they're not. It's gotta be end of the level. Awesome. I wonder if I'll ever get up to the extra life one day. The pits. Level 4. Let's do this. I gotta get to the Super Boogerman. The Invincible Boogerman. I don't know what it takes. Maybe another cape? There's nothing down there. This guy's dangerous here. That guy hit me with one swing of his bat. I think it's a bat. Oh, that was close. Some more chili peppers. Does that mean I can go up here somewhere? No. Maybe somewhere down here. I do have to say though, like, even though I haven't played this game since I was 7 essentially, I do enjoy it. Can't get hit. No, I'll skip it. Do you guys have any guilty pleasure games? I mean, at least for me, this is one of them. I mentioned that earlier. Like, this is a pretty cool game, but I wouldn't say I would proudly announce that. Or like, I would at least say that this is one of the more obscure games that I enjoy. I don't think I got the bonus. I didn't do too well on this one. Close. Revolta. So this is my first time seeing her. Candy Crush. Ooh. This might be one that it's going to take a while. Yeah, everyone gave you crap for playing Candy Crush. It's okay, man. Like, ooh. I played Candy Crush at one point. I'll admit that. I think I got to like level 80 or something. I didn't get too far into it, but... Ow. I gotta jump there. If you guys like mobile games, or free-to-play games, I would highly recommend... Let's remember that. Big Goblin, Minor Goblin, Regular Goblin, Ghost Goblin. That's my password for Revolta. But yeah, if we're talking mobile games and free-to-play games, Fire Emblem Heroes is where it's at. If you like strategy RPGs, and if you like rock, paper, scissors, definitely an awesome game. pretty challenging. I thought I had it. Oh, that's tough. Oh no! Ah. I think I just had to be a little bit more patient with this one. It's getting close. Ow. I think this boss is like way easier than Hick Boy. Sorry I went silent. I'm kind of concentrating on this. I want to beat her. I want to beat her so bad. Nope. I think this might be it though. Nope. This next one? Oh! This is a tough one. I'm almost out of boogers. Oh, if I mess up on this, I'm gonna be so mad. Oh, I did it! Awesome. Beat Revolta. And I had no lives left. That was my last chance. Moving on to Boogerville. Boogerville. Awesome. Can anybody look up how many levels this is? Let's see. How many levels is it? Boogerman levels. I don't want cheats. I just want to know how many levels there are. 20 plus different levels? What is it? Five worlds or 5 levels per world. That's 20 plus levels. So this is the 4th world. So we're probably coming close to the end of the game. Actually, no. That was only my 2nd boss. Dang it. We're only like halfway into the game. That's math for you. Maybe this might be like a part 2 type of thing. And if you're just joining, welcome to the stream. Going Digital with DigiDestan. It's a working title. See all the wanted posters of Boogerman. I'm currently playing Boogerman on Genesis, Sega Genesis. I've never played through this game entirely. I've never played it on Genesis until tonight. And it's going pretty well so far. I mean, this game is pretty pretty generous when it comes to game overs. But you know, it's not too bad right now. Oh, ow. It's gotta be the Boogermeister back there. Ooh, look at that. That's awesome. When I slide down, my eyes get bigger. Like I'm scared. Ooh. Going at it carefully. For some reason, I'm scared of this level. 'Cause, ooh. There's a checkpoint. There we go. But if I die, it won't matter. Because it'll be game over for me. Ooh! I wasn't paying attention. I looked at you guys. No! Ah. Oh well. So that's the password for Boogerville. I wonder if Boogerman is from Boogerville. Can anybody confirm it? Wrecked. Yeah, just a little bit. It's not like these guys are really that intimidating anyway. Most of the time that I die, it's on my own accord. It's from my own mistakes. Yo, go back down here first. Oh, I can't. It's the only way up. For some reason I thought that was a way, a platform I could jump on. See if I can time this, try to get up there. Nope, didn't work. Just jumped right into it. It's those leaps of faith that really get me. Like when I can't see where I'm landing. Like down here, they expect you to just essentially come down and know that those things are there. Cool. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this is where I learned those words. This game. Back then. So we're coming close to the area where I died before. Okay, there's the checkpoint. There's the guy that killed me, and we are through. Awesome. Or was it that guy that killed me? Either way, it doesn't matter. All these guys are like doing nothing. I kind of feel bad for taking them down, right? Okay. Danger. Oh boy. Some pretty sweet moves there. Oh. What's up here? Am I supposed to be going this way? There's more enemies, so... I mean, that's video game logic, right? You want to go towards the enemies? Cool. Give me those plungers, though. There we go. Alright. This has got to be close to the end of the level. I don't like these leaps of faith, though. Ooh, that was close. Okay. That's level 1 down of Boogerville. This is the third world, I think. Can anybody confirm? I've been keeping track. Level 2. Ooh, I got my loogies. Powerful loogies. My personal favorite though is oh, those ones, the loogies take down those I don't know, what do you call them? Rodeo goblins? I don't know what to call them. Take them down in one hit, whereas the normal boogers take them down in 2. So that's good. But I've yet to become Super Boogerman. I don't know if that's actual thing. I think it is. Ow. Damn it. But I'm trying to do it. Yeah, I like the loogies a lot better. I'll go this way. I shouldn't have wasted it on that. Just jump on them, right? Yeah, when I first started playing this, when I first started streaming today, I didn't think I would make it this far in this game, actually, since it would be my first time playing this game in a long, long time. I've never made it this far. Oh, ow. And maybe, I'm starting to think maybe I should just do a whole playthrough of it. Like, just dedicate the rest of my stream to beating this into this game. What do you guys think? Boogerman thinks it's cool. Like, I had a lot of trouble earlier today. I was like, man, what do I play for stream? It's like, wasn't quite sure. Like, maybe I'd play some more Overwatch or something, or maybe some more Darius. But I was like, no, I want to play something a little bit more obscure. Something pretty easy, pretty low-key. And, I mean, this fit the bill perfectly. And I've never beaten it before, so it'd be awesome to finally go through and beat it. But does this mean, if I beat it on Genesis, does this mean I technically have beaten it on Super Nintendo? I mean, they're the same game, right? I don't think so. Unless I can convince you guys to a waste. Convince you guys to sit through another playthrough of Boogerman on Super Nintendo, though. Let's go for that double on that one. I mean, I do like Overwatch a lot, which is a game I'd probably keep going back to for the stream. That or Counter-Strike, but I don't want to make a habit of it. You know, I have so many retro games, and I haven't played through all of them, honestly. I haven't beaten all of them, honestly. I mean, if I haven't played through all of them, then I haven't beaten them, obviously, of course. But, you know, I would like to find the time to do that, to go through and play through these games, and that way I can actually say that I've played every single game and I've beaten like at least the majority of them. You know, that's something that most collectors can't even say. So, you know, I might touch Overwatch every now and then, but the goal of the stream is mostly to play some retro stuff. Oh, hey, I got enough plungers to get up to that extra life. Awesome. I don't know if I'll be playing like JRPGs. I don't know if that's a goal of mine. That's probably something I'll do on my own. I just don't want to dedicate... I don't know, I don't think it would be as entertaining watching me trying to figure out JRPG for hours and hours on end. How do I get over there? Oh. Get on Hearthstone. I don't know if I can get on Hearthstone. I don't know if that's... I mean, I'm really into Magic the Gathering, and I've heard that there's some similarities with the two. And people that do play Hearthstone end up enjoying Magic and vice versa. I just don't know if I need another card game in my life. Especially one that provides me the opportunity to spend money on it. Like DC, if you want to get in on the streaming stuff, man, like I'm all down for that. We can build an enterprise out of it. You can handle the Hearthstone stuff. I'll handle Boogerman. Is this game on SNES? It is on SNES. Or Super Nintendo, I should say. There's a Genesis port and a Super Nintendo port. I don't know which one came before the other. But, you know, there is a version that is on Super Nintendo. That's the version that I grew up on. But I haven't touched the Genesis in a while. This is something I was saying at the beginning of the stream. So I figured this would be the perfect time to get on a Genesis and play something retro. I think it's a fairly affordable game for Super Nintendo. Well, relatively affordable. I would say it's like $20 to $30, kind of like the same cost of like a Donkey Kong Country or something. I mean, I don't think it aged as well as some of those other games like Donkey Kong Country and stuff. But it is a solid title nonetheless. I think it's even cheaper on Genesis too. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but it's a fairly affordable game. Yes, another cape. But I don't think there's a huge difference between this version and the Super Nintendo version. I wouldn't know too much because I've never gotten this far in the game before. The graphics technically, I mean, they basically look the same. Yeah, man, if you're heading out, thanks for tuning in. Oh, man. I really appreciate you spending some time hanging out with us, watching me play a questionably vulgar game. Yeah, man, if you got nothing to do on a Friday night, just hang out with me, man. Ooh, that was close. I always forget that their splash still hurts me. Oh. There's some stuff down here. What you got for me? Nothing. Is that the level? Nice. Was that level 3 or level 4? I don't remember. Okay. It's probably the last level before we reach the boss of Boogerville. And platformers I love. Platformers are probably like one of my favorite game types, game genres. They're very fun. You know, they're very chill, they're very low-key. Doesn't take too much to play them. You can revisit them very well. Like, they have a lot of replayability. And some of my first games were platformers. Action platformers, just like Super Mario World. That was the very first game that I've ever beaten. And how am I supposed to get through this? Oh, up here. But yeah, platformers just have a lot of replayability. They're good for casual games. They're good for hardcore games. Like speedrunners, I would consider pretty hardcore, that sort of thing. But you don't have to be necessarily good at video games to enjoy them. I'm a perfect example. I'm not very always disclosed. I'm not that good at video games. I'm pretty casual. Never play casually. I don't have like pro tips or anything. I just kind of go at them as I would as a kid. You know, all starry-eyed, just taking it as it is, learning as I go, that sort of thing. And sorry I'm skipping all the bonus levels. Like, a lot of them I just end up dying on. I just kind of want to get through it. I'd rather get through the level. I always die from those things. What are some good SNES games, Super Nintendo games you would recommend for just fun, casual play? It really depends on what kind of games you enjoy. Like the Super Nintendo has something around like 700 titles for it. that was released in the US. And there's so many different game genres that can appeal to, you know, many different people. Personally, if I were to have to name off a few games that are pretty good for casual players, I don't know, like Super Punch Out is pretty darn good. It's challenging. The graphics are really great. The soundtrack's really great. It's relatively inexpensive, and if you're good at it, or if you get good at it, it's pretty darn impressive. Like that's a game you can pick up and kind of show off your skills. And so if you get good at Super Punch Out, then you have props from me, at least. Super Punch Out, of course, the Donkey Kong Countries. Super Mario World, of course, always a classic. I mean, this game is kind of obscure. It's kind of an acquired taste, but it is good. What are some other Super Nintendo games that I really enjoy? Mega Man X. Mega Man X is a must-have for everyone's library, Super Nintendo library, especially if you're into platformers or action platformers. It's fairly challenging at points, but there are patterns and a specific way that you can approach the game that makes it fairly easy. And so Mega Man X is definitely a good choice for anybody that's looking to kind of add to their... Oh, I'm gonna die here. Power Rangers for Super Nintendo. Yeah, Power Rangers is an awesome one. Yeah, beat 'em ups. Beat 'em ups are a perfect example. Thank you for reminding me. Final Fight. Final Fight is a $10 game. It's very cool. The music's very chill, and it's challenging. It's 2-player, so you can enjoy it with a friend. And there's 4 different versions for the Super Nintendo. I mean, each one's a little bit more expensive than the other, but you know, you only need the first one essentially, and then move on to the next as you see it fit. Gradius 3 is a game that I personally enjoy a lot. It's a little bit more overwhelming, like it's pretty intense at times, but it's an awesome game, fairly cheap as well. Let's see. I mean, I just gotta look up here for a bit. I don't know, like Turtles in Time. Turtles in Time. If you like Power Rangers on Super Nintendo, you'll love Turtles in Time. It's again like a beat 'em up game, but you play as all the turtles. It's an arcade port. So in the arcade version, you could play with 4 people, each one being a different turtle. And unfortunately, for the Super Nintendo version, you can only play with 2 players. Another great favorite is Bomberman, Super Bomberman. That's a really popular one from Hudson Soft. A great party game. It supports up to 4 players if you have a Super Nintendo multi-tap, and I actually have one right here. This is a Hori multi-tap. So it plugs into a second player of your Super Nintendo, and then you can switch here. There's a switch that says 2-player or 5-player. So it supports up to 5 players, but Super Bomberman only supports 4. So this is essentially a controller extension that allows you to play with 4 people. Hudson, the company that makes Bomberman, also has their own multi-tap. It's a little bit longer. It's kind of oval shaped. It's got a little B on it. It says multi-tap. Third-party companies also make multi-taps, and I know they're great games. I mean, that's just off the top of my head. Like I mentioned, it's over 700 titles for Super Nintendo. You're bound to find one that's good. If you like wrestling games, there's this game called Saturday Night Slam Masters. That's a game I'm looking for. And you can play 4-player tag team, which is pretty darn cool. Kirby Superstar. Yeah, Kirby is a fantastic series. One of my personal favorites. Kirby's Dream Land 3 is my favorite Kirby game of all time. Unfortunately, it is kind of pricey. I think it's like around $70 for the cartridge alone. But it's a beautiful looking game. And follows that classic Kirby formula, that platformer, cutesy platformer. But overall, I think Kirby Superstar offers more for universally, like for different gamers. Like Kirby Superstar is actually they made a remix of it on Nintendo DS. I don't know how much that one goes for, but the Super Nintendo version goes for about $35-$40, I think. If you can't afford that, maybe the DS version's cheaper. It's called Kirby Ultra Superstar, I think. It's an exact port of the Super Nintendo version, and you can play it on the go if you have a DS or a 3DS, because it works on the 3DS as well. Oh. Goof Troop, oh my goodness. I don't even know why you're asking me about great casual games, because you seem to know it all. Goof Troop is an awesome game, especially if you like if you've ever played Zelda: A Link to the Past and you like that game, which a number of people that it's a very rare occasion when you meet somebody that didn't like Zelda: A Link to the Past. But if you like that game, you would love Goof Troop. Just imagine like a streamlined version of Zelda: A Link to the Past with all the different puzzles and stuff, but you're playing as Goofy and Max from the Disney movies. Stupid booger. It's also multiplayer too, actually. So if you have a friend that really likes puzzles, I definitely recommend playing it multiplayer versus single player. Great thing about Goof Troop too is Goof Troop is also another affordable game. So I think you can get it for under $30. Might even be like a $15-$20 game. It's made by Capcom, and Capcom makes great games. Have I been going the wrong way like the whole time? Like I've been going backwards. This is what happens when I talk. Okay, going this way. Go into the nose. This is kind of like a maze. Alpha 2 is up there as a favorite. Alpha 2 is great. I'm personally a little bit more partial to the either like Street Fighter 2 Turbo or Super Street Fighter 2. My main issue with Alpha 2 is the fact that at certain times, like Alpha 2 came out like after the other Street Fighter games, I think. But there were a lot more sprites and stuff and things going on inside the game in terms of the moves and the super meters and all that fun stuff. And it ends up lagging at points, especially if you got a bunch of people doing like crazy Hadoukens and Sonic Booms and stuff. Well, I don't even remember, but yeah, I mean, it lags at points, but it's still a fun game to play. Okay, here we go. We're going the right direction now. Get out of here. There we go. Toy Story for Super Nintendo? No, actually. I always kind of avoided movie games for some reason. I mean, I'm sure there's a few that I do enjoy, but a lot of those weird movie games aren't ported very well. They're not designed very well, and they play kind of wonky. I mean, Aladdin could be like an exception. Aladdin's a really good game, but it's also made by Capcom. What kind of game is Toy Story for Super Nintendo? And I also want to disclose to anybody that's watching, I am a collector, but I don't know everything about games. So if I'm not afraid to admit that. If you want to teach me a lesson, I'm always down for learning, that sort of thing. I do my best to learn about what I need to, but oh, it's made by Capcom. Then I have to try it out. It's gonna be a game that I'm gonna have to try out. What's this? I'm guessing it's kind of like a platformer. I think it would be cool. I mean, I haven't seen it or played it, but I think it would be cool if like they kind of did in the style of Donkey Kong Country, like the 3D, pseudo 3D, and that way it kind of looks like Pixar's rendition of the characters. Oh, I should have known better. I was finally on the right track, and I messed up. I'm supposed to go this way, I think. Yeah. That was my mistake the whole time. I kept going to the right. Which goes back to my point that, I'm not used to playing these types of action platformers where they give you a little bit more freedom in the direction you move. Like traditionally, it's always you go from left to right. I can't get it. So maybe one day I'll pick up Toy Story and I'll give it a try. Maybe I'll play it on stream if I ever get it. Okay. Let's beat this level. I want to get to the next boss. Come on. There we go. Come here. This game's ridiculous, man. take on Super Star Wars. It's okay. You know, not my favorite games. I think, like I mentioned, like some of those movie games, they didn't translate well, and they weren't built very well. I think that game was built by JVC, or produced, programmed. JVC. There's one other company that worked on it. Maybe it was I think it's JVC, and then maybe Sony Media. One of those two. Oh. Yeah, but it's not my personal favorite. So that guy's dead. That guy's dead, and we are through. Hopefully they give me a cape here. Yes. We are learning so much about this game. And this is actually pretty rare for me to be playing a Genesis game. I was never a Genesis kid. I don't have Flyboy. I don't have a lot of Genesis games. That's gross. Oh, there's a trampoline. Okay. At least we made it to the next boss, so that's something. Getting off. Maybe see you tomorrow at Surge. Yeah, man, thanks for tuning in. I definitely appreciate stopping by and checking out my stream. Why does it say I'm offline? Well, either way, thanks again. If I see you at Surge, you know, we'll talk a bit. But if we don't, you know, I'm sure I'll see you around. But thanks again. Have a good night, man. Okay, I think I got the pattern. Unless he does one more thing. But we'll see. I just gotta avoid his spit, whatever he does. That was not good. Maybe it's not safe to stay on the trampoline. It's so hard to maneuver in this game. That level of precision is just not there, especially with this Blockbuster controller. I have a feeling that this controller came from, like, there was a time when rental stores would rental stores would rent you the system themselves. And so this controller has a Blockbuster sticker on the back. Probably meaning that this came with the rental console. Sorry for the pause. Like, I just lost my train of thought because I was trying to beat this. Like, there's got to be a better way to do it. Game over. I'm so used to seeing that. It's kind of hard for me to judge the trajectory of those spit projectiles. I don't even need to use the trampoline, I just duck in the center. Oh. If I can duck. Come on. There we go. This is probably the most difficult boss that I've come across. I mean, it makes sense because we're farther along in the game, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to beat this one tonight. I always jump into that first one. It's when he goes low. Maybe I need to start using the trampoline. I'm getting overzealous. Ah, darn Genesis Genesis controller. Just gotta duck. All right. See if I can get more than, I don't know. I'm getting like 2 hits on him, maybe like 6 hits at most. See if I can get to 10 hits. So what was that? 4? Oh, just stay ducked. If there's anybody out there with a recommendation for like a better Genesis controller, like if one that's really responsive, especially on the D-pad, I would love to hear it. Because the D-pad is probably the worst thing on the Genesis. I need to start flashing a disclosure on the games I play. Like, I'm not good at these games, so don't expect much. Like, I wonder if Hori makes any good controllers for it. What was that? 4 or 5 hits? Oh, I thought he couldn't get me. Maybe if I duck right at the trampoline. I think if I duck right at the trampoline, he won't be able to get me. Like, anywhere. I just gotta take care of that first worm thing. Oh, wait. Did I exit? Oh, great. I guess that's okay then. Oh, well. I don't want to start at the flatulent swamps again. I guess that's it for tonight, guys and girls. I guess whoever's watching. I'll call it quits here for now because I couldn't beat Flyboy. I'll probably take it on next time I stream. And be sure to follow me on Instagram and on Twitch and my Facebook to make sure you know exactly when I start streaming. I don't really have a set stream schedule yet. You know, as I continue building my stream up, I'll probably have more of a set thing, hopefully. But for the time being, it's kind of as I go. So if you want to know and stay updated on that, be sure to follow me on those things. Otherwise, thank you again for streaming with me, joining me while I played this really weird game. And hopefully next time I go through it, next time I stream, I'll be able to beat it. With that being said, I hope you guys have a good night, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one.